We're looking at across the entirety of New York State. In fact, we're looking at some severe weather right now approaching New York City, but also look at this area sliding its way from Vermont into New Hampshire. We're going to see the damaging wind potential go all the way to the coastline. In the meantime, we're also following thunderstorms back across the center portion of the country into Nebraska. We're also looking at large hail and some damaging winds here, too. We continue to see big power outage numbers into New York. The numbers now topping 180,000 addresses. Illinois continues to see many outages as well. And our top story ties into the reason why we're seeing all these outages: severe weather. And again, a tour once again through our nation's midsection into the Northeast. Again, we've been following these thunderstorms the last several hours, and this is on top of the storms that we saw last night. Some of those winds topping 100 miles per hour, blasting their way across the Midwest, snapping trees, damaging buildings during what we call an extreme weather event known as a derecho. AccuWeather Chief Broadcast Meteorologist Bernie Rayno accurately predicted the destructive thunderstorms across the Midwest yesterday morning during AccuWeather Early. Take a listen in.
There's that area, that moderate and that high risk area. Damaging winds, I think it can be destructive winds. Note the wind, damaging wind gusts 80 to 90 miles per hour. We have an AccuWeather Local Storm Max. You don't see this much, Ariella, 105 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's the concern. This could put down a lot of damage later today and tonight. Flash flooding is also a concern.
And look at that. 105 is indeed what we did see realized there in Camp Grove, Illinois. Many areas reporting winds above hurricane force. Let's take out live to Coney Island, New York for our top story tonight. You can see in the distance here we do have a thunderstorm making its way in. In fact, some of these thunderstorms here have been on the severe side into the New England area, stretching south into Pennsylvania. In fact, we'll start off north, head our way south. Eventually, we're going to see these thunderstorms coming into areas such as Worcester as well as Boston. And these have had a history of producing a ton of wind. A lot of wind damage here more recently toward Pittsfield, but also some quarter-sized hail into Berkshire County in the city of Lenox. Also looking at some of those wind reports coming out of Albany County earlier on of many trees down. Let's see if I can go a little bit closer here to pick up this wind report north of Pittsfield. You can see some trees reported down. That was as of 6:30, so roughly about a half an hour ago. Thunderstorms now pressing their way on eastbound, where we do have a severe thunderstorm warning out for Franklin County, Massachusetts, Hampshire, Massachusetts, and also looking at Worcester County, Massachusetts, that goes until 7:30. So until the bottom of the hour here, tremendous amount of rainfall happening with this thunderstorm, as well as a lot of lightning. And we can follow this line off toward the north as well as we slide our way into New Hampshire. Continuation of severe thunderstorm warnings out for, again, Hillsborough County, New Hampshire, as well as Merrimack County, New Hampshire, until 7:15. Now, we continue to see thunderstorms as well a little bit further off to the south. I know you saw the view there into Coney Island. Let's look at the broad view. And these thunderstorms here, too, packing some potency as they slide their way toward Brooklyn and Oceanside as we go throughout the next half an hour or so. This warning goes until 7:45, and looking at quite a bit of lightning happening with this thunderstorm as well. And then additional thunderstorms continue to reform toward, again, areas toward York, Hanover, south and east of Harrisburg. We're following the storms. You can see the curtain of rain. If you look toward the right-hand portion of that view there, courtesy of EarthCam, there's where you have your, again, rain shaft. And this is where you're going to see tremendous amounts of rain coming down, potentially some hail as well. This is going to be a warning going out again for York County, Pennsylvania, until 7:30. And this is where we could also see some damaging wind gusts. So lots of wind out there, lots of watch boxes to talk about. In fact, our latest watch box goes until 1 a.m. Eastern time, including Concord, New Hampshire, and right into the Boston Metro. Southbound from New York City to D.C., we have a severe thunderstorm watch that goes throughout the late evening, and a new severe thunderstorm watch out for Nebraska that goes until midnight. The potential here for very large hail as well as destructive straight-line winds. Eventually, we'll say goodbye to the storms, but damaging all the way to the coast. Quieter night sets up, but a warm night. Notice how the lines on the map here still are coming up from the south, so we're still drawing up lots of moisture. And this will set the stage for another stormy day tomorrow, only falling down to 80 degrees tonight. around New York City and our nation's capital. So a very warm night, another sizzler of a day here toward our nation's capital. 99 degrees on tap, 90s across the board, Philadelphia, New York, and into Boston. And as the front slides into that hot and humid atmosphere, thunderstorms will be developing, becoming numerous toward the afternoon hours. Into the evening, this can coincide with the evening rush. Very active day coming up here with flooding downpours and damaging winds, as well as hail being a possibility. And potentially looking at storms anywhere you see the yellow all the way back into Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, followed by a huge change. It's going to be cooler and less humid as we work our way into Thursday and also into Friday.